live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, a new space north of the QC Metro, allowing everyone from experts to beginners to let their creativity flow. We'll take a closer look at the Dubuque Pottery Studio. And we'll meet our adoptable pet of the week from King's Harvest, a young rescue dog who's looking for her forever home. And what do kids and teens in foster care need most? Bethany for Children and Families is here with ways to change a child's future. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier. Grow Clinton is a nonprofit promoting economic success throughout that region, and now the group is partnering with an organization called NewBoCo to help entrepreneurs, startups, even existing businesses. Joining us today are Matt Parbs, Vice President of Grow Clinton, along with Alex Taylor, Director of Entrepreneurship with NewBoCo. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here.
Thanks for having us, Morgan.
Yes, I'm so excited to learn more about all of this. It's an exciting time for Clinton and the surrounding area. So, Matt, can you start with telling us a little bit more about Grow Clinton, the organization, and your mission?
Yeah, we're about 4 years old, so we merged in April of 2022. We merged the economic development, which is like industrial development, the small business, tourism, and community development. We're in the same building, so so the president and CEO, Andy Sokolovich, oversaw that merger process. Like I said, we've been around for 4 years, really just finding ways to bring great resources to the Clinton region, Clinton, Comanche, and Fulton to grow.
Wonderful. And Alex, can you tell us about NewBoCo and really how your organization works to support businesses?
Terrific, yes. NewBoCo is a nonprofit organization based out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we're dedicated to economic development. We do so through two primary initiatives. The first one is technical education, computer science, K-12, adult computer science. And then the other initiative is entrepreneurship. One of the things that we can take pride in, and we grow a lot of crops here in Iowa. We also want to start to grow our own businesses here in Iowa. Sure. And so I'm dedicated to doing that. Okay. And we do so through three primary initiatives: one-on-one coaching for curbside Main Street businesses, all the way through the scale-up Shark Tank, multi-million-dollar venture-backed. We have a startup accelerator, which we offer twice a year, 7-week course for early stage startups. And then in addition to the accelerator, we work with communities around the state, helping communities such as Clinton develop and grow their programming to help support entrepreneurs.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. So one thing that we're focused on talking about today is something, Matt, called EntreFuel.
EntreFuel, yes.
Yes, okay, so tell us about this initiative and how it's going to help.
Yeah, so basically, Andy and I are really committed to growing that new business, the next generation kind of stalwart of the community. And where does it start? It starts with an idea. And so where do you go if you have a business idea? We want anybody with a business idea to know they're not alone. We have a whole suite of resources. So we started putting things under this EntreFuel brand. So we started working with Rural Ideas Network from Dubuque. Shout out to Connor Flaherty from Bittendorf here at the Small Business Development Center, and lots of other resources. And then last year we were at a conference and Alex spoke, and we were like, NewBoCo is really what we need to go to the next level. We need to really provide the state's expert in this kind of cultivation, and as he says, creating the landscape for these businesses to launch from. So whether you're a startup or if you're just a existing business looking for a new product line, or you want to know your new growth model, or basically some customer discovery, it's a one-stop shop, as we all like to say. You come into our office, you meet with Alex, Andy, or myself, and if we can't answer it, we find you the resources, from legal to accounting to marketing. So that's really at the core what EntreFuel is this is where you get to incubate your business. Yeah. And you get to take the risk out, test your hypothesis before the market tests it for you.
That's great. And, Alex, I would say, as putting myself in the shoes of somebody who was potentially thinking about starting a business or an entrepreneur or something along those lines, it would be a little bit scary. A lot of the things that you just mentioned are things that I don't think necessarily a new, a startup that they would be thinking of. Right. So it's nice to be able to have that access right in front of them.
That's correct. That's correct. Most of the entrepreneurs I meet with are subject matter experts. I met with a gentleman today who's a software engineer, and he wants to start a consulting firm. And he's also developed a platform that's going to help other software engineers find a job. Yeah. That's the easy part. Now, how do you market that?
Yeah.
How do you manage the accounting? How do I set up an LLC? Who do I talk to about that?
Oh my goodness.
What is an EIN? Should I do a bank account?
Yeah, these are all questions I would have, that's
Exactly.
for sure. Yeah, no, that's very helpful. Before we wrap up with you, I want to talk about the event, Matt, that's coming up, I believe Tuesday, April 28th. So this is a workshop, an EntreFuel, kind of like an unveiling of sorts.
Yep, it's perfect. It's called our kickoff. So it's our EntreFuel New BOCO kickoff at 7 Hills South, which is Clinton's brewery. From 4:30 to 5:30, it will just kind of be networking. One of the focuses of New BOCO is building that peer group of entrepreneurs and startups so they can feed off of each other. Then from 5:30 to 6:30, we have a panel of 3 seasoned business professionals. They're going to be sharing. Basically, those first couple of years are hard for everybody.
Yeah.
And to be successful, you have to, go through some challenges. So they're going to share those challenges, and then we're going to kick off the suite of opportunities that we're going to do for the next 2 years.
That's very exciting. I appreciate you both coming on the show to talk with us today. You can register for this event, by the way, at growclinton.com. And please do register. Anybody can go, correct? But
It's available to everybody, and it's free.
And it's a free
And
event.
he's always free.
I don't know about that.
All right, fair enough. Thank you both for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
absolutely. Still to come on QCL, a new pottery studio is open in Dubuque, Iowa, offering guests an outlet to express their creativity. We're learning more about classes and membership opportunities next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
If you are looking for a way to unplug, get a little messy, and create something you can actually use, the Dubuque Pottery Studio has you covered. From one-time pottery wheel classes to private events, it is becoming a place for creativity and community. Joining us today is owner Kyla Glendenning. Kyla, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you here. This is such a wonderful thing. So this has not been open for very long, open in 2025.
Yes.
Okay, so take us back to the beginning and what inspired you to create this pottery studio in Dubuque.
Yes. So I guess I'll start with how I got into pottery in the first place. I lived in Fort Lauderdale before moving back to Dubuque in March.
Okay.
And I was working in PR, marketing, and I just had that itch. I was like, I have to do something outside of work.
Yeah.
And so I found a pottery studio and started taking classes and just fell in love with it, having a hobby, a community.
Yeah.
And when I moved back to Dubuque, I was looking for something similar just to join as a member. Couldn't really find it, and I was like, hey, what if I just started it? Yeah,
that's amazing. We kind of have a little theme, don't we, going on today about business startups and things like that. Well, congratulations on doing all of that. What is it specifically about pottery that really hooked you?
Okay, so I'm not a super crafty person.
Me either, so that's why I'm asking. I'm curious, yeah.
So I've never been into painting, never been into drawing, nothing like that. Something about being able to create something utilitarian that I would actually use, or I could gift, or I could sell, felt very productive to my type A personality.
I love that. I can totally identify with that.
Yeah, you have to come take a class.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, and you brought some items with you here today. Are these all your creations? Are these
they
some
are,
others?
yes. I would bring student pieces, but we have pickup today, so I was afraid they might come and pick them up.
Come and pick them up, yeah, and then they wouldn't be there.
Yes.
So yeah, this is wonderful, and I see what you mean. You know what I mean? All of this stuff can either be displayed, it can be used.
Yes.
And it's all art, usable art. So, and you also brought with you here today a pottery wheel.
A pottery wheel, that's right.
So this is foreign, maybe, to a lot of people that have never, done pottery before, but this is what we're using, correct?
Yes, I have a couple different classes, one of them being wheel throwing, probably our most popular because it's so fun.
Yeah.
But basically on the pottery wheel, you can make round cylinders. So everything here is wheel thrown and then has a handle attached to it.
Okay, wonderful. So you consider this, an important gathering space, correct? I mean, it's what you experienced when you found your space when you were in Florida, and now you've created it here. How important to you is that community aspect?
Oh, so important. I mean, the original, I wanted a hobby, but I also wanted to make friends that wasn't just going out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I really found that because I had a 24/7 membership, saw the same people every single day, made connections. And now I've definitely seen that here at my studio, but the other thing I've noticed is it's multi-generational. So I love seeing people come in with grandma, mom, kids, and they can all enjoy it, and there's not many things they all love doing.
Yeah.
So that's been great.
I can only imagine it would be heartwarming to see that.
Yeah.
And getting to know people in the community. So talk about what you offer at the Dubuque Pottery Studio. You can do one-time classes. You can do you have a membership as well.
Yes. So one-time classes are probably our most popular. We do one-time wheel throwing classes where you get to make pieces, take 2 home. We also do hand building classes. We do charcuterie boards, travel tumblers. That's a little less intimidating than the wheel. So we do that. Then we have longer term courses as well as an unlimited membership pass.
Okay, so you've got it all. And there's a 6-week beginners course that's going to be starting up soon. And really, you learn all of it. It's the wheel throwing, correct?
Yes.
So you learn everything it takes to make something that you brought here today.
Exactly. Most people in the 6-week course leave with about 15 pieces that they've made, from plates, bowls, cups. You can make a dinnerware set.
And something that I thought was really cool is you can do like a date night, like an event type of situation.
I forgot about that. That's brand new. If you want a private date night, get your ghost moment, you can book for 2 and it's just you and the instructor.
You know what? We should have played a little video of that. Our ghost moment. I love that. Well, here's the information on the beginners wheel throwing course on your screen. It sounds like you're creating something really special. So Kyla, thank you for coming on and talking to us about this. Now, if you're watching right now, you want to learn more about these classes, you want to get a membership or maybe host an event, head to the website on your screen, DubuquePotteryStudio.com. Kyla, congratulations once again, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, it was great to meet you. Coming up next on QCL, we will meet an adoptable dog named Lucy, rescued from a breeder and now looking for her forever family. Well, it is time now to meet one of our adoptable 4-legged friends, and today's pup is ready for her second chance at a forever home. Joining me now from King's Harvest Pet Rescue is Jeff Lassiter and Lexi Glies. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we so appreciate you joining us with this beauty here. Lexi, tell us all about Lucy, who is currently just laying on the floor, relaxing.
So this is Lucy. She's about 3 to 4 years old. She actually came to us from a backyard breeding situation. She ended up at King's Harvest with her 6 babies who have since been adopted. Lucy loves to be outside. She loves human interaction. She loves cuddles, and
she's really sweet.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
She's got a great personality. You know, we have a lot of dogs and cats that come through here for this segment, and you can tell how friendly she is right away.
Yeah.
She just wants to meet everybody. So yes, she came in with puppies.
Yes.
So, she's the last one of her little family.
Yes, she's been at our shelter for almost 2 months now since her babies have been adopted.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is sad. Okay, so what kind of family do you think Lexi would be perfect for Lucy?
So I think that Lucy would do good in a home without younger children, no other dogs, and she's good with cats.
Okay, good to know.
So a cat household would be perfect for her.
You like kitties? Yeah. She's so cute. I can't get enough of her. Okay, so Lucy, let's get you adopted. You know, I can't wait to hear about her little happy story. And Jeff, I want to talk about a little bit about ways that folks can support King's Harvest. So maybe if they can't adopt right now, they can't adopt a dog or a cat, what are some ways that they can help you guys out?
We have a lot of volunteer opportunities.
Okay.
Anything from coming in and helping with the cats, helping with the dogs, helping out with our little store that we have.
Okay.
You can make donations at kingsharvestpetrescue.org.
Okay.
You can also fill out an application to adopt Lucy or to come in and volunteer.
Okay.
We do a lot of community outreach, so we're out in the community quite a bit, and people can volunteer to come and do that with us.
Okay. Yeah, all great ideas for people to help out. I always wonder too, what are some of the things, like if people are donating items to King's Harvest, what are some of the things that you all go through really quickly?
A lot of food. We do have an Amazon wish list
that
people can go to and shop, and it'll get directly shipped to us. They can also get some ideas on the website through that of what we need if they want to drop it directly off.
Okay.
Our address is 21110 Holden Drive in Davenport.
Yes, you guys are in that newer location now.
Yeah.
It's no longer on Central Park. So, okay, good information to have. Something that I saw on the Facebook page as well today is there is an adoption sale that is underway now. Just started today and goes through Saturday.
Yeah, through
so anybody who is eyeing Lucy, this is for adult dogs and cats.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so it's $50 off adoption fees if you fall in love with an adult dog or cat, an adult like Lucy here. So one thing that I think is really great that you all do is you have a pre-approval process.
Yes.
So before we wrap up with you today, can you guys tell us a little bit about that process and why it's maybe a good idea to get that started now?
Well, we do have a lot of animals that come in, and we want to make sure they're going to the right homes. And so we do a pretty extensive background check whenever we get an application in. You know, we check to make sure people own, or if they rent, that it's okay with their apartment complex, that they can have pets,
Right.
What kind of pets, et cetera, that they can have.
Yeah. It's just a good idea, you know, if you think you might be adopting in the future, to get it done now, because you're gonna have a sweet dog like Lucy, and then a lot of people are gonna want her, and you kind of want to be at the top of the list.
Oh, yeah.
And our applications are good for 30 days, so if you fill one
Wonderful.
out today, it goes all the way to
For the rest of the
next
month.
month.
Wonderful. Okay. So if you're interested in adopting Lucy or another pet, head to the website King's Harvest petrescue.org. You can also find them on Facebook. They do a lot of posts every day. Jeff, Lexi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
and bringing
you for
it to me.
having
We appreciate
us.
it. Thank you. Coming up on QCL, we are talking with Bethany for Children and Families about foster care and the support kids need to truly thrive. How you can help next.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Right now in the United States, there are more than 400,000 kids and teens in foster care. These children often carry invisible wounds, and healing takes more than just a safe place to stay. Joining me now is Quincy Davis, a program supervisor with Bethany for Children and Families. Quincy, so glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Morgan. It's great to be here.
Yes, it's so great to talk with you. An important topic, of course. So before we get started, can you just tell us a little bit about the foster care component of Bethany for Children and Families?
Okay, well, with the foster care component, we basically are servicing youth that have been temporarily displaced from their home. The goal is to get the youth back into their homes, you know, for permanency, try to stabilize whatever the issue was that they had been dealing with.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right? And we hear that all the time, right? You want to reunite them with their families if at all possible. But in the meantime, what are some of the challenges and traumas that many of the children in foster care could be carrying with them?
Well, a lot of time, a lot of focus is put on placement, but there's not a lot of focus on what the youth are actually going through.
Yeah.
So these youth are facing a lot of trauma, a lot of instability. They're facing loss, disruption, and so healing, stability, and support is very important for them.
Okay.
And if we can focus on those things like that, we can not only help out individual lives, but we can also help to serve the community a lot better too as well.
So, you know, focusing on that, the healing, the stability, and the support that you just mentioned, right? These are the things that these kids and teens really need to help them thrive, especially in a foster care situation. Can you talk a little bit about Bethany's wraparound services and how those work to support that healing, that stability, and that support?
Well, wraparound is exactly what it says, that our goal is to wrap around services for these families, creating resources, supports, case coordination for them. One of the big things that I just previously mentioned was trauma, you know, recognizing that trauma and helping that youth, you know, receive the proper services for that.
Yeah, so what are some ways, maybe you could describe an example or two, some ways that trauma can show up in a child's behavior, because it sounds like that really is the root of understanding kind of the next steps.
Well, you just hit it right on the nose. Their behavior is a response to that trauma. I mean, can you imagine being removed from your home,
No.
that school, that same school that you're used to, those friends, and you have to redo that all over again.
Yeah.
And that's traumatizing for them. And so it's very important that these youth find stability right away, not only stability, but that trusting adult.
Yeah, and you know, oftentimes I would say, especially with younger kids, I wouldn't imagine that they would have the tools to be able to cope with some of those trauma responses, right? So that's something that you all really work with them on.
Right, yeah. And one of our biggest goals in wraparound is to build partnerships. So collaboration is very important. So working with the mental health facilities around here, the schools, any entity that is needed for that family. Every family is individualized, as you know, so the coordinators go in and they find out what's going on. We try to approach with empathy. You know, we try to say connecting before correcting. You know, a lot of times there's misconceptions about, you know, foster care and things like that. But Bethany's goal, wraparound's ultimate goal, is to make sure that those kids are permanently placed, and particularly back in that home.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have some information that we've been putting up on the screen for you know, people that may be interested in, you know, becoming a foster family at some point, or may have a curiosity there, and you all make it very easy at Bethany for people to understand and take them through that process. So we appreciate you. And if you want to learn more about becoming a foster family anytime, if you want to get started on the process, just visit the website on your screen, bethany-qc.org. Quincy, we appreciate you being here and taking on this topic with us today.
It was my pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you all for watching QCL. Please join us for our next live broadcast Thursday at 3.